Hey guys, welcome back to World War 3 in 2025. A game that I never thought I would ever touch again after I stopped playing it about 2 years ago, but here we are playing World War 3 again. And how this happened is that I was wondering what other Battlefield alternatives we have at the moment. You know, while we're waiting for the next Battlefield to arrive, or at least for DICE to drop us some details about it, or a trailer, or a teaser, or something. Come on, DICE, give us something. But during the holidays, when Delta Force got more and more sweaty, I talked about it in one of my last videos, I looked through my Steam library and through some other libraries and desperately searching for an alternative. And that's when I stumbled across World War 3 again, this game right here. And I'm so surprised by its current state. The game also has a lot of Battlefield mechanics, still, of course, and back when it was released, it was also tagged a Battlefield killer, just like Delta Force and a lot of other games that were supposed to kill Battlefield. But I think it's needless to say, I guess, that it did not kill Battlefield, because nothing will ever kill Battlefield except for Battlefield itself. But the huge problem with World War 3 was that the original development team at Farm 51 messed it up 2 times, and they really messed it up big. So originally the game was released back in 2018, around the same time that Battlefield 5 was released, which I think is visible in the graphics as well, because it looks a little bit outdated also from the textures, and the movement and actions are not as fluid and smooth as they are in more recent titles. I wouldn't say clunky, but not as smooth. So it feels a bit like an updated version of Battlefield 4. And yeah, when it was released back in 2018, it was just a boggy mess. It had so many issues. And understandably, I think people didn't want it to play it, or not anymore, and not for a long time, and the player count died off really fast. And one of the main issues the game had back then was the performance and the server performance and the hit rate. The hit rate really was terrible. The gunfights were so inconsistent and not readable at all. They were basically like gambling, so you never really knew why you actually lost a gunfight, and sometimes you didn't even know why you won it. So it was kind of like Delta Force at the moment, with the one-frame deaths and you're pumping the whole mech into someone to kill someone. And then they tried to release the game again in 2021, so around the same time that Battlefield 2042 was released, but this time for free, but it still suffered from the same issues, which was of course a problem again. The graphics were updated a bit though, so it looked a little bit nicer, but still there were the same performance and server issues, the hit rate was off and so on. And we had long queue times as well when trying to play the game. For example, me as a content creator, I couldn't play the game for 2 weeks, so for me that was the death of any content I wanted to create for this game. And again, the players didn't want to deal with this, understandably, and the game quickly died off. And then about a year ago, or actually in late 2023, the whole game was bought by a new studio, by a new development team. And for a long time, actually for almost the whole year of 2024, we didn't hear anything from them. Not a single word except for that they bought the game. And it took them almost a year to move the game files and everything over to their HQ and figure out how the old developers had built the game. If that says more about the old or the new developers, I don't know. Anyways, in late 2024, we then got the first huge update that was around 35 gigabyte, and then 2 or 3 weeks later, in like mid-December or something, we got another one, which was about the same size. And that changed quite a lot. It definitely increased the performance, so I'm talking about higher frame rates and no stutters. And we're definitely talking about server performance and a lot better hit rate. So gunfights feel really good now, very consistent, very readable. You know when you get hit and where you get hit from, you can react to this and so on. So it's a lot more fun to play and also to engage in gunfights. And in general, I'm actually really surprised how much I enjoy the game. I mean, I do like Delta Force. to an extent. And I do like Battlefield 2042 to an extent, but I'm really slowly getting sick of games with specialists or operators and all of their overpowered abilities and gadgets flying left and right every second and all of the spam that is caused by that. So it's nice to play a game that is maybe, I don't know, a bit more military, I guess, where it's more about the actual gunfights and the actual weapons rather than who's best in using their super soldier abilities. Probably also the reason why I enjoy playing the old Battlefield games a lot more lately. However, back to World War III, of course the game still has its bugs and issues, even after these 2 huge updates, so it's not all done yet. And the spawns are still somewhat strange, for example, and more than once I spawned inside of a solid wall or in a staircase and I couldn't get out, but still shoot people from there, which is not only frustrating for me, but also for the other players who get shot. And I also had a game where we got spawned in the enemy HQ, which was even more weird. I don't know how that could happen. And then the balance between infantry and vehicles is still off, so vehicles still feel incredibly strong, or maybe I was just unlucky with the matches I played and the drivers were just really good. I don't know, maybe if anyone else plays it, you can tell me in the comments below if that was just me or if this is a thing in general. But what's definitely still annoying are the streaks you can call in, like artillery strikes for example, because they also feel very, very strong, and in some games I die like 80% only to these streaks, and that gives this game that actually plays pretty well now a bit of a sour taste. So the team that bought the game, they definitely have a lot of work with this, but I hope they keep going like this. The first 2 updates already upped the performance and it feels pretty good now, so I think they're on a good way and maybe they can even get this game back to life, because the biggest problem that the game has right now is that the player base is really, really low. I'm talking about peak times where the game has between 150 and 200 players, so nothing really. And that definitely needs to be more if they want this game to survive. But yeah, I can recommend to check it out again if you haven't played it in quite a while. The only problem is that your account might not be existing anymore, so you might have to start from scratch again. They tried to move all of the old accounts over to their, I think it's wishlist games now, to their launcher, but I heard that for some accounts it didn't work and some people had to start completely from scratch, so that might be a bit annoying if you've played it before. But if you've never played it before, maybe you want to download for the first time. The game is still free to play, so you can just jump right in and try it out, and maybe it's something you want to try as another alternative to Battlefield and Delta Force. And I think it definitely has improved. It feels a lot better than before, and I think that at its core it's actually a good game. It just needs some more love from the new developers. And yeah, that was it for today. World War III in 2025. Definitely interesting and in my opinion worth checking out again. And yeah, tell me what you think about this in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. I'm the Catwoman and you are awesome. Oh yeah, and if you want to see me play a specific game, maybe try it out for the first time, let me know in the comments below as well. Bye bye!